learn a mod called Tinker's Construct. This is going to be very simple so that you guys won't have to do much thinking or anything of the sort. You won't have to look up anything else or anything. So to start Tinker's Construct, you need 3 tables, and you can build a chest with it, the pattern chest. So first you'll need the tool station, which I like to put on the very left. I like to put the stencil table in the middle, but the part builder, if you have a chest, this is an if, you don't need the chest. This still works without a chest. But if you have the chest, it needs to be beside the chest. So these two, the part builder and the chest, need to be side by side, if you have one. If you don't, that's fine too. So when you start the game in Tinker's Construct, you automatically get this book, Materials and You. It's gonna explain some stuff about Tinker's Construct. It explains oreberry bushes, which you might find underground. They look like this, and basically you grow ores on them. Blank patterns is how you craft a stencil table. It's giving you recipes and everything. You can upgrade your tool station to a tool forge, which I will show you right now, actually. Or maybe not. Okay, there. Yeah. So if you upgrade it to a tool forge, you'll notice you get more. Here, let me get the other one just so you can see both. So in this one, you get up to an arrow. You get pickaxe to arrow. In this one, you get a lot more. You get the hammer, you get the lumber axe, you get the excavator, scythe, cleaver, battle axe. And I'll explain what they do in a second. So after you get this book, it's going to explain a bunch of stuff. But the most important one right now is grout. So you can see the recipe right here. You want to smelt it into something called seared bricks. And this is letting you know how to advance in case you throw away one of your books. But basically, as soon as you upgrade, it's automatically going to give you the second book. So let's say I just built all of these crafting tables. It's going to give me the red book, which is the second one, Tools and Modifiers. So it's going to explain what all the tools are, what they do, and how you can make them and modify them. So you can see base stats of all of the equipment, and like cactus, you can read what it does, material, jagged. You can read later on what jagged does, in case you're wondering. But so the main part that we were going to see was the seared bricks. This is to build a smeltery. Smeltery is probably the main part of Tinker's Construct. To start it, you just need a 3x3 in the ground. Well, it doesn't have to be in the ground. You can actually build it up if you want to, but it might look weird. So you put down your blocks like this. The book is going to describe this, but not everyone understands this. So you want to put one block there. You can, and then after you get your tank and controller, you put your controller there, your tank here. Now it is fully customizable. You can put whatever block wherever, as long as you have this as a base pattern. So as long as we have this as a base pattern, we can put whatever wherever we want. So let's say we want a bunch of drains. In order for drains, we need faucets and maybe a casting table and a casting basin. I'll explain what they do in a second. So for your drain, maybe we put that there. Now whenever you have a drain, you need a faucet. Otherwise it doesn't work. And you need something to hold the liquid. So if I right clicked this faucet and it had liquid in it, it would drain into there. Well, I'll explain how it'll drain in a second, actually, because it's very specific. Oh, we don't want that. So, why did I just break that? So now we have the base of what we want. Maybe we want a casting basin on this side instead. Casting basins make bricks of whatever, or not bricks, blocks of whatever you want. So what I like to do as my design is, as soon as I'm done this bottom layer, and I build it exactly like I show here, I always put glass on the top. I just like it like that. Now, you can build this however big you want it to be, but please note there is sort of, I don't know if it's a bug or not, but depending on the height is the amount of liquid it'll hold right here. And if you make it too big, the liquid will go off of your screen. So, like, if I made it like that tall, the liquid bar would probably go off my screen. So, I don't know if that's a glitch or not. The average height, I would say, people usually have it is just 3 high. Holds a decent amount, it's pretty good. You can't really do much else with it, but please note these do, the faucets do accept a redstone signal, so you can actually automate them if you want to later on. But the first thing you always need in your smeltery is actually gold. So let's actually find some gold. Let's get a gold block, I guess. We'll smelt 2 of those. Actually, I lied. The first thing you need in your smeltery is lava. You want to just put that in there, and it'll show you it's got a bunch of fuel. So it's gonna, as soon as it goes, it's gonna start smelting the blocks, and you can see it's actually got a little animation. Actually, you don't want to go into your smeltery either. If you go into your smeltery and you can't get any liquids out, the reason why is actually there's blood in there. Because you can actually, if you take damage from your smeltery, because there's a liquid in there, there will be blood in there. The only way to get rid of the blood is to put any type of tank. It doesn't need to be this tank. It can be a portable tank, it can be whatever. Portable tank would probably be preferable if you want to get the blood out. Because this tank, when you break it, it's broken. Like, the blood isn't going to be there. This is just like a drain, like a garbage for the blood. Then you break it and put down your basin again. So now you can see that we have gold. Well, you might say, well, what are we going to do with the gold? First thing you want to do is make a cast. In order to make a cast, you put any type of item in there, and then you pour either gold or there is an what's the other one? Aluminum brass is what it's called. It's right there. You can make it from 3 aluminum and 1 copper. That can also go around. And now you can see I made an ingot cast. Well, maybe you just want, oops, sorry. Maybe you want to make a pickaxe. So let's actually get a pickaxe head. So you just make your average stone pickaxe head, you throw that in there, and then you pour gold, or, again, aluminum brass around it. And it'll give you your pickaxe casing. Before this patch, you didn't actually need the casings. Now, when you put the casing down, you pour the liquid in, and yeah, you get whatever out, right? So I'm actually gonna use this as a garbage. Now you actually need to make the casing, or the cast, in order to create the item. So if I wanted a manulin pickaxe head, I would need manulin in the smeltery pouring into the pickaxe head cast. You can no longer just create it through the part builder. It won't allow you. So that's, oh, I should probably explain what the tools do. Okay, so the hammer is it describes it right here. Natural effect in a 3x3. For those that like a visual, let's get a hammer just so we can show a visual. Okay. So basically, if you break a any type of block a pickaxe can mine, it'll blow up in a 3x3. But please note, this isn't super effective when it comes to modded blocks. See, this modded ore is not getting mined until I hit it. So it can be a bit glitchy with those modded blocks, but it does work. So that's the hammer. What else is there? There's the lumber axe. It just breaks trees in a 3x3x3 area. What is that? A mutant creeper. That's interesting. Okay. So it breaks the trees in a 3x3x3. Excavator is the hammer, but for dirt. The scythe is a... Those are annoying. The scythe is a area of effect attacking tool. It can also... I'm pretty sure you can... Oh, I guess not. But, it's kind of like the sickle in Red Power, if anyone's used that. With grass blocks, it breaks quite a large radius of grass. But the main thing you want to note is it does AoE damage, area of effect, on enemies. So if you have a mob farm and you want to kill them all for XP or whatever you want to kill them all for, you could make them drop into the hole that you have, and there's like hundreds of them in there, and you don't want to spend however long hitting them with your sword. You could make a scythe and hit them all at the same time. That works. Cleaver is a very high damaging tool. It hits very slow though. Let me show you. It hits extremely... Okay, there's thaumic cleavers now. Extremely, extremely slow. So, like that. You can see how slow it's hitting. And it's actually putting mining fatigue. You can see in the top left. Every time I hit, it puts on mining fatigue. Wow. That is pretty OP. That's a OP guy. Now, there is something I did leave out. The rest of the tools are pretty normal. This is a 1x9 axe, so it goes up, or it only does 1 block, but 9 high instead of the 3x3. There is something I did miss out on telling you guys. There are modifiers. So, to see all the modifiers, you need this red book here. All the modifiers are at the very end after. So, adding a diamond adds resilience and increases the mining level. Emerald increases the mining level only to 2. So if you have a mining pick that already can mine like diamond, then this won't do anything except increase the durability. Redstone speeds up the tool. It does not have a use on weapons. You can stack redstone. Auto repair is made by this mossy stuff, which is actually just 9 mossy cobble in a crafting table. We'll make this, and you just put that on the pick, and auto repairs and sunlight speeds up the process. Auto smelting, it smelts blocks, lights mobs on fire. It stacks with luck. So if you broke a iron block and you had luck on, it would still smelt the iron. You can see the recipes of both of those now. Luck is added by lapis. You can add up to 450 of it. You cannot stack it after the 450. After, I believe, every 150 levels, it will give you the actual fortune enchant as well. Sharpness you add to increase damage. Fiery is like the fire enchant. You just set them on fire. Every 5 powder adds another second to the flame. Note that upgrading it will not increase damage. It will increase duration. They're two different things. You're not going to kill him faster, but it's going to last longer. You can stack these, you can only put them once on. Say you had 5 bones on a weapon, it would heal you 5 hearts. It does not heal you for the damage you output, it only heals you for the amount of bones you have on. So if you have 1 bone on this cleaver, which I think I was hitting an average of 10 damage, you would only heal for 1 heart. It does not matter what your damage is. Silky is like the Silk Touch enchant. Here's how you make it. You gotta get this silky jewel with the silky cloth here, and here's how you make the silky cloth. This comes from bees, I believe. Reinforced, you can add obsidian to it. Reinforced is like unbreaking. And considering you can stack them, you can actually make an unbreaking pickaxe because they stack. So I believe it adds 3 levels of reinforced, which is 30% chance to not lose durability. Knockback, you can add a piston to your weapon and it adds knockback. Beheading, ender pearl and some obsidian separates the head from the body, beheads mobs, drops their head as a result. You can stack it, but I don't see why you would stack it, but you can. Bane of Arthropods, you guys should all know what that enchant does. That's from vanilla. You can stack it, does 1 to 2 extra hearts per level. Smite, this is for skeletons and zombies. Extra damage, here's how you make that. And then you just burn that in a furnace. Electric, in case you have industrial craft or a mod like it, this enchant is not available if you do not have those. It will add electricity to the weapon, so it won't break. It'll actually just need to be charged again. This is how you increase additional modifiers. If you notice, our weapons only have a certain amount of mods. I only have 3 mods remaining, so I can only add 3 groups of 50 redstone, or 50 redstone, lapis, and some fire. You can't add redstone to this, I'm using it as an example. But, yeah, so the tool modifiers are actually, let me go to the very end here, we were far in there. The tool modifiers are actually just either a nether star or a diamond and a gold block. You can add both. You can have up to 5 modifiers. 6 if you have a paper weapon. You'll learn about that if you play the mod. I'm not going to spoil any super duper good items or anything like that. You'll have to play the mod. Please note that if you put ore in the smeltery, it is like a macerator and a furnace in one. It will double your ore. So if I put 5 iron in there, I could get 10 ingots out.